Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight we're cooking a recipe for two, which you can double to make for four. It's a favourite of everyone's, macaroni cheese pots. This is what we need for two. Come on in and I'll show you what we need. So I'm just in the middle of boiling the water. 125 grams of macaroni. There's actually 150 grams in there, so I'm going to use that many grams. 20 grams of butter, 1 tablespoon of plain flour, 1 3/4 cups of milk. I've just got to grab a bit more milk. 1 clove of garlic, which we've just got to peel, do not chop up. Half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. 3/4 cup of grated cheese. Now I keep mine in the freezer, so I've got to measure that out still. 1/3 cup of grated Gruyere cheese. If you cannot get Gruyere, you can use a Swiss or mozzarella. So I'm going with the mozzarella. And 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Now to serve, you just want to do a bit of a side salad. So grab yourself a packet of salad greens. This is 120 grams. The recipe recommends 200 grams, but just go with this one. That's fine. Soak it in water with some salt in case there's anything living in there. There won't be anything living in there once it's finished in there. So we need oven on 200 for fan forced or 220 not fan forced. You need a pot of salted water on the boil because we're going to cook the macaroni. And then you also need 2.5 cup baking dishes. So normally I would use a ramekin, but they're probably a bit small. So these are going to be a bit big, but this is going to be my next thing up from that. So water's almost boiling. I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to finish measuring out the rest of the cheese and I'll be back. With your clove of garlic, cut it in half as well. So peel it and then cut it in half because we're going to be cooking that when we make the cheese sauce. Okay, so in the front one here, we're going to do the white sauce. So pop in your butter, crank that up really high and grab a whisk. Well, it will be white sauce, but then when we put cheese in, it will be cheese sauce. So the macaroni is bubbling away nicely. So with this sauce, this one's different because we're going to actually be infusing it with garlic. I don't think I've ever done anything quite like this, but it's not that difficult. So once that's melted, we then want to start and get the flour in. Okay, so once your butter's melted, grab your 1 tablespoon of flour. In that goes. And get your whisk and get whisking it because we want to make it into a roux for 2 minutes, and then we're gradually going to add the milk. Now I've still got this on a very high heat, so I'm going to turn it down to 2. Which for most stovetops, 2 would be about halfway or 1/3 of the way. Alright, when it's bubbling like that, start and gradually whisk in some milk. We want to try and have no lumps and bumps. Perfect. Add some more. Now this normally works best with a full cream milk, or I did used to make this with low fat milk, so because I used to make macaroni and cheese all the time. Well, once a week I used to have macaroni and cheese anyway, and I could always make the cheese sauce with the low fat milk. So if you use skim milk or other milk, it's probably going to take you a bit longer to do so. So once all the milk's in, what we need to do then is until smooth, whisk it, add the garlic and simmer for 4 to 5 minutes until sauce thickens. Remove and discard the garlic. So pop the garlic in. It's smooth enough. So I will see you in about 4 minutes. Okay, so the macaroni's done. So I'm going to drain the macaroni. The sauce, I've got to turn down because I've just put it on for 5 minutes to boil. I put it on for 5 minutes to boil, but I forgot. So, okay, hopefully I haven't burnt the bottom of it. Oh, I walked away from it. Alright, draining the macaroni and I'll be back. Okay, so remove your 2 halves of garlic. Throw them away, you don't need them anymore. Into here, we're going to add the 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon. Go a bit more if you like a bit more. I always used to put grainy mustard in mine. Mustard is awesome in macaroni and cheese. Add the cheddar. The Gruyere / mozzarella. And 1/2 of the Parmesan. Keep stirring it until the cheese melts and the mixture is smooth. Season it to taste, so salt and pepper. Once again, salt and pepper were not written on my ingredients list. They are ingredients. They just get overlooked constantly, and by me too. If I ever make a recipe book, I promise I will make sure water and salt and pepper are added as ingredients. Alright, bring over the macaroni. The macaroni. Alright, that's there. Put the cheese sauce in. Give that a good stir through. Yum. Best thing about macaroni and cheese is when it's homemade. Now it's a bit liquidy, a bit lumpy. Well, not lumpy, it's not thick. But it's going to bake in the oven, so who cares? Alright, now, with the 2 trays that we're using, spray them. Have a fight with your lid again. Okay, I didn't have a fight with the lid this time. Spray, spray. Alright, so I'm going to put basically 1/2 in each one. It said 2.5 cup capacity, so I've just gone with, obviously, my baking trays. I feel a bit insane cooking macaroni in these, but anyway. Oh yeah, it'll spread out nicely. This serves 2, by the way, so it will be 1 each. Bit of extra sauce. Gotta have extra cheese sauce. Alright, put that away. Got a lot of washing up to do, unfortunately. It's a downside to this recipe. Sprinkle the rest of the Parmesan on the top. Okay, these are going in the oven for 15 minutes until golden and bubbling. I will see you in 15. Okay, it's just starting to brown. It's thick enough, it's bubbling. It looks delicious, it smells good, extra cheesy. I've just dished up some salad and I just had some balsamic vinegar dressing to put on the top. So I'm just doing a side salad. So thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been macaroni cheese pots. Dig in and enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next adventure. Bye.